Hey guys, Mr. T here. This is a video for Year 9 Maths to help you with doing the charts and handling the data on the spreadsheet. I'm using Google Sheets on the iPad. You could use Excel. The functions are the same. So you've been sent the data, and I'm not going to do all the data for you. We're going to use one example here, and we're going to use the text sent for girls. So this data here on the left-hand side. All of that data, we're going to do our charts for that, and measures of center and measures of spread, because that's what you've been asked to do in the DI. So the first thing you've been asked to do in the DI is do a frequency table for the girls' text sent data. That's where you should start because it's on the left. So I'm going to show you how to do a frequency table. So a frequency table is the data, which is the text sent, and the frequency table, I'm going to continue editing that. The frequency table contains frequency, which is how often something has happened. So how do I know what data goes in the text sent column? Well, look at the data. It's been sorted for you. The smallest bit of data is 0, and the largest bit of data is 20. So your text sent numbers should go from 0 to 20. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So that's how quick that is. I was just pressing return after each one. Now we need to decide on the frequency. There's nothing in the data that tells you that directly, but you just have to look at the data and count it up. How many times did 0 happen? Well, that's how many zeros there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 13 zeros, so the frequency of 0 must have been 13. We look at the next bit of data. There's 3 ones, so the frequency of 1 must be 3. We look at the next bit of data, which is 2. What am I talking about here? These 2's here, and there was 3 of them, so the frequency is 3. The next bit of data is 3, but there's only 2 3s, so there was a frequency of 2. There is no 4, so 4 had a frequency of 0. The next number is 5, and there's 3 of them, so 5 had a frequency of 3. There was 6's, there was 3 of them, so 3. There was a 7, it happened once, so it had a frequency of 1. Now, the next bit of data is 15. And there was 3 of them, I believe. Yep, 3 of them. There was 116, 117, and there was nothing else except for 120. So we don't leave these blank. You just tell me that the frequencies were all 0 for those bits of data, because those bits of data didn't exist in our set. Okay, so that is your frequency table done. That took all of, say, about a couple of minutes or so. So now that you've got that data, you can highlight it and create a chart, because part of your assessment task is to draw up appropriate charts for this data. So this is discrete numerical data because it's counted. You would count the number of texts sent. So you press the plus button, you click chart, and that's not an appropriate chart for this data because that's a line graph, and that's not a kind of chart that we've gone over for displaying discrete numerical data. What we have gone over is column graphs. Okay. The other thing you're going to have to do is deal with continuous numerical data, which is the TV hours, and the appropriate graph for that is a histogram. So you could use that if you want, because you can see there's no gaps. But that's not appropriate for the discrete numerical data of text sent or text received. So you must use a column graph. You could draw up a dot plot, but the easiest way to display it here would be the column graph that I've selected there. So once you're happy with that, you press the tick button, and there, you are done. So what I suggest you do when you're at this stage, because you need to transfer this to a Pages document for your write-up, you should probably screenshot using the home button and the power button the frequency table, because you need to show the frequency tables in your assignment, and screenshot the chart itself, because you also need that in your assignment. That is your mathematical working, even though you didn't do it yourself. The spreadsheet did. Alright? So you're going to have to do that for all 6 sets of data. If you've read the task sheet properly, you would be aware, and you would be aware from lessons as well that I've repeatedly told you, you need to get all of the data charts and frequency tables so you can talk about it. You can't talk about this data and compare it with the other sets right now because there's too many numbers. But I can compare one set of data's chart with another set of data's chart. And I can also compare their measures of center and spread, which is the next thing I'm going to show you. So the second part of your task after the chart is to show the measures of center and spread. So we're going to do it for the girls text sent. Text sent data again. And the measures of center we have covered are the mean, the median, and the mode, although that's least important, and a measure of spread is the range. Okay, you're going to have to show this once manually for the whole assignment to show that you can do it by hand, but the rest of them, all 6 of them, you can just use the spreadsheet to find this. So I've said that I want the girls text sent mean, and I'm going to put it in this box here. If you click in the enter text or formula box, you can tell the spreadsheet to work something out by pressing the equal sign, and that's telling you you're going to use a function. You can see that fx is highlighted in blue. That means you are trying to tell it to work out something for you. Now you'll notice that if you put mean, mean, it doesn't come up as anything. But if you remember the other word for the mean is the average, that comes up as a function. You can see these buttons here. I can click this already. Now what that's telling the spreadsheet to do is to find the average of anything in these brackets. And what it's looking for in these brackets, where you can see the cursor flashing there, is the cell numbers that you want to find the mean for. So remember, we're doing text sent for the Year 9 girls, so I want the mean of the numbers from here, and you see that's in red, and I need to highlight down, so scroll down to this last number here, 20. So it's B12 to B45. If I press enter now, it has found the mean of that very quickly, very easily. You didn't have to add all the numbers and divide them by the number of numbers that you used. It just worked it out for you. Okay, so that is how you find one of the measures of center using the spreadsheet. The next measure of center is the median. So once again, how do I tell the spreadsheet to work something out? You press the equal sign and now type in median, and median pops up. What do I want to find the median of? I want to find the median of this data. So text sent, scroll down, it needs to go down to B45. So I'll scroll down until I can see it. There we go. Press enter. Boom, it's found the median for you. You didn't have to sort it out into your own, into numerical order. Now you notice if I press equals and type in mode, well it does, there is a function for that. But it should be easy to find the mode because you can just look at the numbers in order and see which is the most common. But we'll use the function anyway. Select from the top, scroll down to the bottom, B45, and it's told you the mode is 0, which we could see here because there was 13 zeros from there downwards. Okay. Lastly, range. If I press equals and ask it to find the range, there is no function. But that's not really a problem because we know the range is the maximum bit of data. Take the minimum bit of data, we can see the maximum bit of data is 20 and the minimum is 0. So in your head you can just go 20 take 0. You shouldn't need a spreadsheet to work that out. 20 take 0 is 20. Done. So that is the girls text sent measures of mean, measures of center and measures of spread. You're going to have to do that for all of these sets of data so that you can compare them. Right now we can't talk about all these bits of data at the same time and compare them with each other because there's too many numbers. Alright, so as you can see, I've done like a significant part of the DI, about 1/6 of the maths, in 10 minutes. So really you should be able to do this if you sit down and get to work on it. Alright, this video is to help you do that, to help you remember if you keep forgetting, okay? And hopefully it helps you out, and I'll see you in the next one.